probably wondering, why is this guy getting up and talking at a baby shower? And when Zena came to me a couple months ago and said, Tim, I want you to talk at my baby shower, I immediately thought, why would I be talking at a baby shower? But what I said was, of course, Zena, it sounds like a great idea. So I thought about, what would you talk about at a baby shower? I thought, well, there's a baby, or there will be a baby eventually. And there are people. And I talked to Zena about the people. I said, well, I have, challenging relationships sort of things. I thought, okay, baby, something about relating and things getting along. And I said, okay, great, fine. Here's a tip. If you're ever asked to give a talk or give a speech, ask somebody before you start planning out what you're going to say. Because about a day before I was going to get up in front of you and practice this, I happened to ask Zena, so what do you want me to talk about? She said, Tim, don't talk about babies, don't talk about relationships. And I thought, that kind of sets my story back a little bit. So I said, well, Zena, if you were giving the talk, what would you talk about? I said, well, Tim, you could talk about new beginnings, and how change can be a little scary, but a little exciting, and how things can just change and develop. I thought, okay, I could do that. See, the thing about when something begins is that something else has to end. Something people don't think about too much. You get all excited about, it was going to begin, things new was going to happen, but there's something else that's ending. And sometimes it's difficult to handle that ending, right? Mark's deep in contemplation about some vicious thing he did a long time ago. Something has to end. And the challenge is you get so attached to the way things are that it becomes difficult to move into that new beginning. So knows what I'm talking about. The rest of you have already fallen asleep. Not so that's the challenge. How do you let go? And sometimes you don't even get a chance to let go. It just like hits you, and boom, all of a sudden, there you are in a new beginning. You didn't even thought, and something is ending which you really wanted to hold on to. And this is what happened to me a while ago, last year, when I suddenly discovered I was retired. I hadn't realized I was retired. I hadn't planned to be retired. But something's made very clear to me that, Tim, you are retired now. And something had ended, and something new was about to start. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of that now. I'll go on that a little bit. You'll find out more about that later. But it's a challenge when you have something old ending and something new beginning. So here was the thing, is that I remembered a saying I'd heard a long time ago. You probably have heard it before. You're probably familiar with it. But it helped me a lot. Because it talks about that idea about something old ending and something new beginning. Buddhism talks about attachment. If you know about Buddhism, you know about this theory of attachment. The idea that you get attached to the way that things are. Buddhism also has the idea that life is suffering, that there's this suffering that goes on because you get so attached to the way things are and the way everything is, that when you break apart from that, there's that suffering. And maybe you don't even enjoy that new beginning because you're so attached to the way the things are and the way that they happened. And that can be a challenge. So it's exciting that we're moving into a new phase, we're moving into a new time, we're moving into a new way, but then something else has to go. And as I realized that my life is going to change in a whole way I hadn't expected, in a whole new direction. But understanding that thing that helped me so much to understand and get what was happening and how to adjust to that change really helped a lot. So in a little bit, you're going to hear about that. You're going to find out about how you can deal with change, deal with when things happen suddenly, unexpectedly, and help you move on to the next page and help you let go of the old and step into your new beginning.